Hey everybody, David Gordon from TheaterMania. Here, I should have warned you. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You're calling.
Here with Mike and Hilty. We're talking about Bombshell in concert, the concert of the musical within the first and second season of TV's Smash. It is an Actors Fund benefit airing on People Magazine's YouTube and social and the Actors Fund social channels tomorrow night, Wednesday, and I can't wait to watch it.
But you were there, right? You were
I
there.
was there. Yeah. I remember very distinctly being there, and it was just like this crazy, crazy night.
It was insane. Yeah. I mean, I've never felt that kind of energy coming from any kind of audience. Like it was, the energy was almost palpable. It was really intense.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to the very beginning when you were first doing the TV show Smash, which was what, 2012, 2013, thereabouts?
I guess so. Yeah.
Let's just assume it was then. What was your reaction when you first read the pilot?
I thought it was brilliant. And I was living in LA at the time. It was shortly after I was done with 9 to 5. And I moved back to Los Angeles, but I saw the script and I thought, this is crazy. This is a show that's about my world, and I remember reading the breakdown for Ivy, and it said that she was a very accomplished member of the ensemble for about 10 years. And I was like, oh, this character is way more talented than I am. So I can't audition for this because this means she's an amazing dancer, and that I am not. So initially I was like, I can't audition for this because I can't fall on my face literally in front of these fancy people.
When did you decide finally to audition for it?
Well, luckily my manager is smarter than I am, and she was like, just go in and put yourself on tape with the casting director in Los Angeles and we'll see what happens. And luckily they had Josh Bergas, who is a genius, and he sure made it look like I knew what I was doing. On the show, I mean, people who watch the show assumed that I was a dancer. I started getting offers to doing dancing roles, and I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah, your first Broadway show was Wicked, wasn't it? Just like standing by for Glinda. Not even like you bypassed all of that stuff.
Well, I mean, kind
in New York.
of. But you have to understand that I took 2 years off between high school and college and paid my dues.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I did the working at the dinner theater and the community theater at night, and doing every awful job you can imagine during the day to support my theater habit. So it wasn't like my life, like everything was just handed to me on a silver platter.
Right, of course. That's funny. Tell me about doing that first season it was a great mix of Broadway people. It was Christian Borle and Brian Darcy James, and then Deborah Messing, who sort of straddles both.
Yeah.
And then Angelica Houston. Yeah. And Catherine McPhee. And what do you remember about filming that first season?
I remember being so scared, especially in the beginning. I was so nervous that somebody was gonna turn around and be like, who let you in here? What are you doing here with all these fancy people? But God, everybody was so wonderful. I made some of the best friends on that set, and people that I thought would be the most terrifying or daunting, were just wonderful. I mean, Kat's still one of my dear, dear friends. And even though I know people like to think the opposite, that we hate each other. But it was one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me. And I miss it every day.
There's such a fan base for it now that I see people talking about it on Twitter every single day now. Theater Twitter is just talking about Smash, not even in a serious, genuine way, which I know it wasn't always when it first came out. What do you remember about the response when it first came out, and how have you seen it change through the years?
I remember being really disappointed. To be very frank, I was very disappointed in the reaction from the theater community, because all I kept seeing and hearing was, that would never happen on Broadway. That would never happen, blah, blah, blah. And all of this stuff just tearing us apart. And I just wanted to say, can everybody just hold on for a second? First of all, we're not making a documentary. You know, we're not saying this is actually what happens. Like, we're making drama. And I highly doubt that doctors and lawyers get together and blast TV shows about their professions, you know, that are, the storyline is going, that would never happen.
Right.
Caught this. And like, I just don't. And what made me really sad about it was that Smash did it the right way. They hired the Broadway community to do it. They didn't have to. And
they didn't like go out of they went out of their way to like find Broadway people to play these parts.
Exactly. So it was really disheartening to see that type of reaction. Now, not everybody was like that, but just seeing that and hearing that was really like, it was hard.
Yeah.
You know? But now, I have to say, we went off the air, 7 years ago? And I'm not embellishing when I say that every single day since we went off the air, people have asked me what the future of the show is. Like, everybody, like, from strangers, every single day until we went into lockdown. I don't see people anymore. But like, people would stop me everywhere asking, is there going to be a reboot? Is there going to be a Broadway show? Or we're going to have concerts, you know? And you would think that would become annoying after every day of in 7 years, but it really wasn't. It's been really awesome to see that people are still invested in these characters and these storylines and the music. Oh my God, the music. Yeah, that was the other thing, that they had Broadway composers doing our music. Come on.
Yeah, I remember that second season. They just had, in addition to Mark and Scott, they just had like Joe Iconis and Pasek and Paul and Drew Gaston. Yeah. It's like these composers that then weren't famous, that were just like songwriters trying to make it, giving you guys and writing songs for the show. And that was so cool.
So even though there were some people that I enjoyed tearing us apart, I'm so proud to be a part of something that brought Broadway, or a little part of Broadway, into people's homes every week.
Yeah. I remember when they first announced the concert. First of all, Bombshell feels like it's a full enough musical to begin with. Like, it feels like there's enough there that it could actually live as a stage musical.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
When did you first hear about that the concert was going to happen? Do you remember when they came to you and said, we're going to do all of this as a charity?
It was shortly after my daughter was born. So I was exhausted. And I recently, like a couple days ago, I just watched What Everybody's Gonna See tomorrow. And I was like, oh, what nobody will know is how tired I am, and that I'm breastfeeding, you know, like right before this. And I'm like, you know, like it was such a physically taxing time. But at the same time, when they approached me about it, I was like, absolutely. You know, I missed the people, I missed the music, I missed all of it. So as tired and as out of shape as I was still like, yeah, I'm all in.
What do you remember about that night?
It was magical. It was a really magical night. First of all, to have everybody, not quite everybody, but a lot of us back together again and singing that music live with an orchestra, and doing the choreography. Like, what people don't know is that when we were filming it, we did that over and over and over and over again. You know, you
can probably still do it.
I don't know, but yeah, it was magical, and just like the reaction from the audience. I don't know that the recording captures it really, but it felt. That is the closest I'll ever feel to what Beyonce feels like on like any day. It was thrilling. It almost makes me sad that we're airing this tomorrow, because it was special. You know, it was this one night that only the people that were there were going to be able to experience. You know, and I'm glad that people will see it, that everybody will, you know, because it'll raise a lot of money for the Actors Fund.
It's gonna raise so much money for the Actors Fund.
Oh yeah, and it'll just hopefully bring joy to people when they need it. You know, so I'm really happy, but it also you're getting a sneak peek into something that was a singular event that even if we do recreate that in some capacity, it'll never be like that ever again.
Would you do a reboot of the show?
In a second. Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you guys like, do you think about like where the characters would be now? Like where would Ivy would be in 2020 minus sitting in her apartment because of lockdown?
No, right. Well, we kind of talk about that in the reunion, you know, and I kind of envision, I think Ivy had the baby. So I think she's juggling a lot. I think she's juggling her career and the baby and being a single mom, because I don't think she got married. But I think she's that person that set up a YouTube channel and is singing into the camera every day, you know, and not like just, you know, she's nothing stopping her from performing, you know. I think that's what she would be doing in lockdown.
So good. What was your favorite song in the score to sing? Like, what's the song that you would always want to sing in concert?
Well, I do a lot of concerts, and I do a lot of those Mark and Scott Whitman songs because they're perfect. I always open every show with "They Just Keep Moving the Line" because it's a perfectly written song, and it gets everybody really excited. And I always sing that song, and I always sing "Secondhand White Baby Grant" because the lyrics are just so perfect. The storytelling is so perfect, and the melody is just so gorgeous, and it's a true story about Marilyn's childhood. Sorry, I'm just realizing my hair is insane.
I was thinking your hair looks great.
Oh, thanks. So yeah, those are my two go-tos, but filming them, Let's Be Bad was epic. It was a day-long adventure, and I could have kept doing it all week. I mean, it was so much fun. It was exhausting, but it was so much fun. Josh's choreography, the song. I mean, everything about it was.
It's just a combination of geniuses coming together.
Yeah.
What I want to leave you with the question of like, what did this show afford for you, like personally and professionally, beyond like the exposure of being on a TV show? Like, did it give you more confidence? Did it leave like the pathway to like doing more screen stuff? Did people look at you differently from it?
I don't know if people looked at me differently because of it, but it changed everything. You know, it changed. It gave me my concert career. To be quite honest, I don't know that I would be able to do the types of concerts that I have been doing since without that show. One of the greatest things that came from Smash was getting to be having the honor really of being the first to voice so many of Mark Shaman and Scott Whitman's incredible original music.
Yeah.
So that gave me instantly this catalog of songs that I will do for the rest of my life. I honestly, of all of the things, that might be the best thing that came from Smash, aside from my friendships that I made in the cast and crew there. I can't say enough good things about the show. It did every wonderful thing you can imagine for me in my personal and professional life.
Megan, thank you for talking to me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I can't wait to watch it tomorrow night and for the world to see.
I do think we need to put a disclaimer out, though. The baseball number is really naughty, you guys.
Is it really?
It's really naughty. When I watched it the other night, I was like, oh, I forgot how naughty this was, because they edited it for television. They couldn't show some of that stuff on television. And then watching it back the other night, I was like, oh yeah, I need to call my parents and warn them about this.
Yeah, let the kiddies watch.
I know. I was like, yeah. It's just
cover your dog.
The baseball number. Yeah, watch. Maybe the kids should go get snacks during the number. I don't know. I'm so embarrassed.
Is that song called "Let's Be Bad"?
No, it's the baseball national pastime. Yeah.
Right. Because I'm gonna play us out. I'm gonna play "Let's Be Bad"
Oh, great. That's not naughty.
Yeah,
That wasn't.
that's naughty. Good. Okay. And you can watch Bombshell in concert in full on People's social channels tomorrow night, on the Actors Fund social channels tomorrow night at 8:00. Megan, thanks for everything.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And here to play us out is a clip of Let's Be Bad. Yeah. It took me, I forgot what I was going to say for a second.
Let's prohibit prohibition! Let's be bad! Come like it hot and that ain't bad.
Not bad for just having had a kid.
Woo! Yeah. I watching it, I was like, did I hit that note? I don't know. I did. I made it.
Have a good one, Megan. Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.